What's going on, guys? My name is Marine. Today I'm bringing you a new guide for the newest DLC character, Sindel. Alright, so welcome everybody to the Sindel guide. Today I'm going to be going over Sindel. So the first thing we're going to go over is her buttons real quick. It's just which ones you're going to use most often. Starting with standing 1, 7-frame jab. Standing 2, an 11-frame high. Forward 2, which is a 25-frame overhead that reaches to Narnia and back. You know, it kind of has a pretty good range on there. Back 3, which is a mid. 19 frames, pretty slow startup, but it is a really good button that leads into a really good string. And of course, forward 4, which everybody and their mother has seen by now, that leads into the cartwheel and all that good stuff. Her pokes that you're going to be using most often are going to be, of course, down 1 at 8 frames, and then down 4 at 9 frames. So she doesn't have a 6-frame poke, not even a 7-frame poke, but you know, not all of us are privileged, you know. Alright, so now we're going to be going over her strings, the ones that you're going to be using most often, starting with 1, 1, 2. Now this string does have a flawless block gap in it, but it is really good to enforce her strike throw game since it does have crushing blows on both of her throws. One of the few characters that does have that, but that string is really good to bait out somebody that's trying to press or something like that. You could always stagger this string. Stop it right there if they're blocking in order to stop the flawless block gap coming out and stuff like that, and there's other pressure that we'll go into later. All right, so the next string we're going to go over is 2, 3, 4. That's this right here. It does start off as a high, then hits mid, and it sends them pretty much full screen. You're going to use that mainly for the standing 2 or to make them guess whether you're going to continue your screen pressure and stuff like that again we're going to go into later. It's a little bit of teasing right now, but you know, it's gonna get good, I promise. So the next string we're gonna go over is forward 2, 1. So this string is really good for the mid screen, right? Because it does reach super far, like I said. So forward 2, 1, you could do up 2, which is a mid after that, or you could do down 2, which is a low. Now the low is unsafe, but the reason you would kind of do that is because you get a kind of a mix-up if you're playing splitting hairs. If you're not, then you know, I would just go with the mid or with screen cancel stuff. So you could either do this or you can go for the low. Now that is a mix that you don't get much off of, but you know, it is a mix, and both options are unsafe. Just keep that in mind. All right, so next up we got back 3, 4. That's that string right there. It's mid, then a low. And so again, just like the last variation, you could do a back 3 and then the hair flip thingy. What's it called? Whip and flip. I don't know. NRS be coming up with some crazy names over there, but yeah. So you could do kind of a pseudo mix up like that, or just go low. This one has less of a risk if you go low because it's not punishable if you go low. And of course, you could always finish the string, which is back 4 or back 3, 4, 4. And that's an overhead, and that is negative on block. So it's negative 12. You want to be kind of careful if throwing that out. But the reason you would want to throw that out is to condition them to stand block. So you could do back 3, 4, 2, which ends in the little screamy butt there, and that's actually plus on block. So you got to keep your turn. So it's nice to condition them to stand block, and that way you can get a little bit of plus frames and stuff like that. And of course, the last string we're gonna go over is forward 4, up 3. Her broke string, right? This is like the auto nooch stuff. It's the good stuff. So as you can see, this string on hit, it sends you pretty much full screen, right? If you're playing splitting hairs, it is tough, but if you practice it, you might be able to learn to hit confirm it, and it'll give you a full combo. But if not, you know, either on hit or on block, it sends you either full screen or on block, it'll send you pretty much half screen here, and most characters aren't going to be able to do a damn thing about it. So it says negative 13 there, but that's a damn lie because only like one character in the game, which is Jade, could punish it, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, for example, Johnny has a shadow kick, right? At negative 13, you should be able to punish it. Let's find out. Right, so as you can see, even with the reversal, I've tested it with sub and stuff like that too. It's not punishable by them. It says negative 13, but for some godforsaken reason, it's definitely not. I think like the negative frames start as soon as she starts flipping, like right there. So that's probably why it says negative 13. It's really not though. And the best thing about this is that it actually leaves you on block. Oh, let me take Johnny off of this reversal. The best thing about it on block is it leaves you at the perfect range here to forward 2. So the mix up there is, right, there's characters that can check you, from here. Like Johnny Cage, for example, can do shadow kick if you do forward 2 or something like that. But they're taking a huge risk. So that's the beauty of this string. So again, splitting hairs, you can kind of hip confirm that if you're really good and practice a lot doing it. I was able to get it, you know, maybe like 50-60% of the time in training mode. But other than that, you know, on block, this is really good, and also on hit, it's still really good. There's almost no reason that you should not be almost always using this string. You know what? I almost forgot to go over back 2. So yeah, that's her launching low. Jesus Christ, how did I almost miss that? Guess I'm a little bit out of it today. But yeah, back 2 is a meterless launcher, and you can full combo punish into it, or not punish, but you know, full combo from it. It is negative on block, but from certain distances that it'll hit, it'll outspace so well that most characters can't do anything about it. Just kind of like her forward 4 up 3. But yeah, it's a good check, especially if they're expecting forward 2. You can do a back 2 and launch from there. The good thing about that move too is that in her second and third variation, it's the only kind of launcher that she gets that from the ground. So yeah, that's back 2. Almost forgot it. All right, now we're going to be going over just the basic game plan and range that you want to play as Sindel. So Sindel, where I think she's worst is going to be like kind of up close right here, because her buttons, again, are not the fastest. She can't really counter poke that much because of her slow buttons. So you're going to want to play it more mid-screen in the forward 2 range. So if you're in this range, you're good, because right here, forward 4 will also hit, which is kind of nutty. So forward 4 being a 14 frame mid, and of course leads into that auto neutral reset string. So this is the range you're going to want to play at here. You could even get a little bit closer and get your back 2, so that way you have, you know, that to kind of mix in instead of just going for the forward 2 all the time. But this is the range you're going to want to play at, no matter the variation that you're using, because again, they all have the same buttons. So from this range, you know, you could still zone. If you're using the third variation, you can play full screen, and as they get into the zone where your buttons shine, then you can go ahead and start throwing out the forward 4s, the forward 2s, things like that. And forward 4 on block, since people are so, you know, used to blocking the up 3, forward 4 on block will go ahead and lead them into you know, a mix-up of the strike throw game. And again, if they guess wrong, then you got the crushing blow loaded, and all is good in life. Now, a big part of why her strike throw game is so good is not only, you know, if she's up close here, but she could actually start to enforce it from back here because of her scream cancels. So her scream cancels, she could cancel off of any string, right? So the ones that I see it most used off of, and the ones that I think are best off of, is going to be standing 2, forward 2, 1. And you could even do it off of this to make it safe, or to, you know, if you have them conditioned to block anything afterwards, you get that strike throw game again. So again, to perform that, you would hold down the Banshee Scream and then push R2 and back. So it would look something like this off of each string. So as you can see, it makes strings not only you know, become a mix-up essentially, but they also make them safe, because back 3-4, you just saw it was -4 after the cancel. Without the cancel, it's -9, so it could actually get punished. And so what that sets up is, it sets up, you know, you being able to force your strike throw game, because from there you could, you know, do a forward 4 for a mid, you could do 1-1, or you could just grab them and then set up that crushing blow. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much a game plan. You're going to want to stay pretty much around here, and then make them guess whether you're going to stagger or not, right? With the scream cancel. And a good way to, you know, let's say they call it out, and you can just let it rip. You know, even though it is negative, it is a little bit risky. But so is every other option from this, right? So that's negative. This has a flawless block gap, and this is also negative, right? So the only safe thing you could really do is cancel this or let it rip. So yeah, the screen pressure is really good, and it's essential to having her play really pressure based, and that's gonna work in any of the variations, because she could do it in each one of her variations. It's not just essential to splitting hairs or anything like that. Each one of her variations has a scream with the cancel, so you can do it in each and every one. Alright, so now we're going to go over crushing blows besides the universal crushing blow that everybody has, which is down 2, right? So, and again, she gets different combos depending on what variation she has, but let's go over ones that she has kind of universally. Again, she has the 2 crushing blows on her throws, so that's pretty self-explanatory. There's no special way to set them up. It's basically if they tech wrong and then you get a grab, then you crushing blow them. But a really good one that she has is her scream. So again, her scream just reaches, has pretty good range on it, but it doesn't reach that far. So from here, with that, like I said, the position that you want to be playing, if you want to go ahead and crushing blow somebody, you could still do it by meter burning the scream. And again, if it's a punish or a counter hit, then you'll go ahead and hit them, and you'll get the full combo from there. So, and that's across all of her variations. Another really good way to use this, instead of playing from here, let's say you do find yourself somewhere close up, you could actually use it as a counter poke as well. So as you saw there, I just tried to counter poke with down 1. If I'm like perfect on frame, I should be able to hit her, but if I'm off by like a frame or something, then she'll go ahead and just scream in my face and it'll be a bad time, So that's a good crushing blow to set up as well. And also, you could do it just if you see them whiffing pokes, things like that. So another good one that I'm gonna just go over, and this is only in splitting hairs, is gonna be her little whippy thing, the little sus name, right? That one. All right, so this one is again another good way to punish pokes, but not only pokes, but another counter poke thing as well. Because if it punishes a low attack, it'll go ahead and crush and blow as well. Ow. And that's pretty much it for the Sindel guide. I mean, basically, use forward 4 a lot and stay within this range. You could use your forward 2, back 2. Those are all great buttons for this kind of range, and it does give you a launching combo. He's still blocking. What a jerk, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was gonna do combos and stuff like that, but there are so many Sindel combo videos out there that I wouldn't want to make this video longer than it's already gonna be. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, I'll be posting how to fight Sindel. So basically the opposite of what I just did. I taught you how to play her a little bit, and now I'll teach you how to beat her. And that'll post in a couple days. So yeah, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, all that other bullshit. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.